First election since the events of January 6th, when the armed, angry mob stormed the U.S. Capitol. I wish I could say the assault on our democracy had ended that day, but I cannot.
President Biden warning tonight about the clear and present threats to democracy and freedom in this country. But threats to lawmakers themselves are surging, too. CNBC reporting this. The attack on Paul Pelosi comes as the U.S. Capitol Police recorded a drastic rise in threat cases, a 144% increase from 2017 to 2021. Let's discuss and bring in Lieutenant General Russell Honore, the former commander of Joint Task Force for Hurricane Katrina. Last year, Speaker Pelosi tasked him to review U.S. Capitol security after the January 6th riot. I am so glad you are here with us tonight. You spent 37 years in the military. Did you ever think you would see violence and threats like this here at home? Americans versus Americans.
No, Steph. Matter of fact, when I was teaching at the Command and Staff College at Fort Leavenworth, we used to go to other countries and teach the orderly transfer of power and the importance of the military to support civilian leadership and to make democracy work. We used to be an advocate going overseas and briefing about making a democracy work. Now we have come off that high ground because our own democracy has been challenged by those in our own government who refuse to believe the result of an election and believe that they have the authority to overthrow our government. And that's a crying damn shame.
In your report on January 6th, you recommended more fencing and the hiring of an additional 800 officers. What happened?
The recommendations were made, went to the House, got favorable review in the House, went to the Senate, and the additional officers was not approved. For the line officers, over 400, for dignitary control support, and that would mean there would be 400 more officers to go out with members on the House and the Senate side, those that would have threats, and 400 additional officers plus that would work inside the Capitol. The numbers were there, over 720,000 hours of overtime used the year before 1/6. Is a clear indication that the Capitol need more police.
You have spent your life in the military and you've avoided politics. Yet in the last year, you have become one of the loudest voices urging for people to vote for Democrats in this election. What happened?
You know, we witnessed history. Over 1 million Americans lost their lives defending this country and defending the idea of democracy to overcome tyranny and fascism, and where people were killed just because of who they were. We went to other countries that fought these wars. We fought our own civil war. We fought a revolutionary war for our freedom. And it's getting to the point where the words of the Declaration of Independence and our Constitution and the amendments are no longer true, because there are people who want to overrule the rule of law in America and overrule the Constitution and the amendments so they can be in power. And that scares the hell out of me. We start acting like one of those asshole countries a certain man mentioned at one time, that don't respect the law, that don't respect the Constitution, that don't respect each other by using vile and crazy threats toward people. You know, Gandhi once said, watch what you read, watch what you think, watch what you say, because it will become what you do. And we see that happening every day, Steph.
Because it will become what you do. And your rallying cry in these final days has been hold the damn line. Do you think this country can do that?
I think we can. And there's a group of voters I'd like to just reach out to. Many of them the ages of my kids and nieces and nephews that we all know. The Gen Z and Gen X. You can make a difference. We're not asking you to get on a bus and be shipped to Vietnam, Korea, World War I, or World War II. We're asking you to go vote. They can make a difference. We know many have voiced their concerns about not getting what they wanted at the last election. But the Gen Z and Gen X, you made a difference in the last election, you can make a big difference. Don't get discouraged. Just think about it. People in Ukraine fighting for their freedom to stay alive and freedom to be what they want as a nation are dodging bombs. and drones for freedom. All we are asking people in America to do, with a third of them not voting, is to go out and vote. And please try to save our democracy.
What about people that are your age, your demographic? You are clearly warning that our future is at stake. Do people down there in Louisiana realize this, where you live?
There are people that have been bought into a theory or I'm searching for the right word, a theme that says, as long as we get the former president back, I'm okay with what happened. And these people are listening to future Speaker of the House say, we're going to cut your Social Security. We're going to cut your Medicare. We're going to cut the low-cost drug treatments that you're going to get. What is wrong with these people? And there are people of my age that will vote that way, knowing that they're already saying, and they've already taken away rights for women, and rights to choose is coming next. But many of them still fall in line with wanting the former guy back. And that is not a good formula for this nation, Steph. Too many people have fought and died for this democracy, for us to fall backwards. And I hope Gen Z and Gen X, you can save us on this. And people my age, boomers, let's get with it. Let's save our Social Security. Let's save our low-cost medical. And let's save our retirement plans. We can do this.
But why?
Many before us have been asked to do a lot more.
Why do you think former colleagues of yours in the military, people your age, why do you think they're not listening to you?
They're bought into this idea that many of them, that somebody is replacing them, that people of color are given some advantage they often speak of. There's a commercial running today I saw that ran my blood pressure up, talking about replacement theories, talking about culture war, things that have no significance about anything in reality, but it's become a rallying cry to the red state politicians to go out and stir people up about. And it's a damn shame, Steph. It's a crying shame. And people need to go out and vote. We need to protect this great country. Too many people have died protecting this country. Too many people have marched and been beaten and thrown in jail for the right to vote, and that is being threatened. That's a shame, Steph, and we need to fix that. We need to save America.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for joining me tonight and speaking from your heart. I appreciate it. Lieutenant General Russell Honore, I appreciate you joining us.